Aging is such an interesting journey. We may feel no older than 25, but our bodies are typically quick to remind us that those days are far behind us. There are things, though, that we can all do to age a little more gracefully and healthfully. Dr. Patricia Ferguson is the medical director of senior health services at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. She's got some tips for all of us this morning. Doctor, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So let's talk about aging in the most healthful way possible. We all want to be independent. We all want to live a fulfilling life. What can we do to help make that happen?
It's a great question and very important. Staying healthy and staying independent as we age is really important. And one of the most important things we can do is to establish a relationship with our primary care provider, actually your physician and team, if you have more than one, to make sure you're always aware of any potential risks and opportunities for resources and solutions to keep you healthy and independent.
Okay, and doctor's appointments, I feel like sometimes they're really short and you feel a little under the gun. What are ways to make the most out of your appointment when you're seeing your physician?
One of the most important things to remember is you are an important part of the team, and your provider, your doctor, can only know what you share. So we have to overcome the fear of being self-conscious or embarrassed, and kind of think of it as if you're speaking to a friend who really is interested in what your needs are and how they can help you. One of the things I always used to offer patients is write your ideas down at home in a journal. Nothing formal, nothing fancy, but when something happens, when you think of something, just jot it down so you won't forget when you get in that office setting and feel a little bit pressured or intimidated or rushed. Because the feeling is really that the doctor wants you to be comfortable sharing everything. So we need to get over that feeling of being pressed or, making the doctor take extra time or on something that's not really important. It really is important. And, being willing and able to adjust and make the suggestions and changes, meet the suggestions or the changes that might be necessary that your doctor provides.
Okay, absolutely. I think that's such helpful information. Now, talking about some of the things that start happening as we age, falling, it happens a lot. It can really derail someone's health journey. Let's talk about how to protect ourselves there.
First of all, we have to understand that falling is not a normal part of aging. The risk of falls do increase. However, we have to embrace the idea that even though that risk is there, I don't have to expect that I'm going to fall. It's estimated that about 30% of individuals, adults over age 65 fall each year, and maybe 40% over 85 fall. And those are the ones that are reported. So we know falls do occur and they are common. One of the things we need to do is kind of address the fear of falling, put it into perspective, and then provide realistic action steps that we can do to prevent the falls in the first place. One is providing guardrails in your home. They're easy to install or easy to have someone properly install them. Remove trip hazards and clutter, little things that we're used to, but as we get older, maybe our peripheral vision or our ability to look and navigate quickly adjust. So you want to make sure rugs are sturdy and stable. They have the no slip backing. If you have pets, make sure they're always secured and someone else is there to take care of them. You don't necessarily need to be the one to get them in and out for, bathroom nature breaks. And again, always feel comfortable and free to share with your provider. A lot of people are afraid to say they've fallen because they think it might inhibit their independence. But sometimes if we know there are issues and there are risks, even with medications, do some of your medications have side effects? Those are things that you can talk about comfortably and be confident that they're to help and not minimize your independence.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. And then another kind of unfortunate thing that comes along with aging for some people, bladder changes and incontinence. What can we do to deal with that?
Again, as you get older, some of the connective tissue and the supporting structures of the bladder are more relaxed. So the positioning in our body of the bladder changes, which changes the ability for it to resist that pressure and urge to use the bathroom when you have to go. So some of the things we try to do are think in advance, plan to use the restroom facilities by the clock, not by the urge, because sometimes that urge is a little blunted and you don't really realize you have to go until it's very, very late. And then those social accidents happen. But, adjust your timing of drinking and eating. Don't drink too close to bedtime. Some people say no drinking after 8. And then again, adjust the types of foods, the types of beverages you drink. And always is going to be an always default answer. Discuss any changes that you notice in frequency and urgency with your provider.
Okay, wonderful. And Dr. Ferguson, one more question for you. I'm a firm believer is that, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I think that is very common as people get older. They might slow down a little bit, but I think that, that's a risk. You don't want to be doing that. What should people be doing as far as exercise and keeping their bodies moving?
Always is the best thing to do is stay active, even at your level of mobility. If you're sedentary or in a wheelchair, there are armed and wheelchair exercises that you can do. There are opportunities to be engaged with physical therapy or physical trainers. But for the most part, most individuals should try to increase their activity at least like 3-4 times a week, 20 to 30 minutes at a time. The CDC has guidelines specific to different ages. Physical fitness with a trainer is always helpful and safe. Always get cleared with your provider before, but walking, stretching, yoga, Pilates, any of those activities that continue to keep you physically active will also keep your mental health intact, because you have to sort of motivate yourself, and the natural progress of exercising releases endorphins that enhance your mood. So if you're staying physically fit, it's helping your mental health, and then you have opportunity to make good choices about all the decisions that you have to make.
I love it. Dr. Ferguson, thank you so much for your time. We really, really appreciate it. And if you want to learn more about healthy aging, how to maintain that independence, bcbsm.com/age healthy. We'll be right back.